Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about what drives men wild. Oftentimes we think that it's our beauty and our physical appearance that will make a man attracted to us. And although yes, there is a component of attractiveness, like that's a barrier that men obviously need to get over, meaning that a man initially sees a woman's beauty and that's what he's pulled to. That's not what makes a man commit to a woman long term or even marry a woman. And so in this video, I want to get into 4 habits or ways of being that really inspire a man to move into commitment and really inspire a man to be, let's say, obsessed with a woman or very drawn and pulled to a woman. Beauty and let's say our sexual nature is not what really drives a quality man to be with a woman long term. In fact, it is what will drive maybe unhealthy men, but it's not what really drives healthy, secure, masculine energy men, especially into commitment and into marriage. And so we really want to pay attention to these 4 habits. The other thing that I really want to make mention of is that high value women, or I don't like using that term, but you guys are familiar with it. Let's say quality women or feminine women already possess these traits or habits or ways of being within. And the reason for that is they are always sort of working on themselves, and not in a way where it is the cycle of constantly self-help and working on yourself. No, but they possess a certain level of self-awareness, which is what I teach. Self-awareness is so important. The more self-aware you are and the more awareness you possess, the more you will be able to function in a way that is inspiring to other people. You won't really be needing to push to get the outcomes that you want in life, because you're very aware of yourself and you're very aware of your ways of being and how that's impacting another person. And so I really recommend my products. My inner work course is going to give you so much awareness on masculine and feminine energy, our behaviors, our beliefs, feminine energy, masculine energy, relationships, etc. So definitely all the links are below, and I will you can definitely check that out if you want. If you want to go deeper into things with me about your specific situation, you can book an email session with me, or definitely reach out and book a call with me. Now, the number one quality, or the first quality, let's say, and it sort of stacks and builds on each other, is seclusiveness. Now, what does it mean to be seclusive? Seclusive is a woman that is not everywhere. She can't necessarily be reached. She's, you can even interchange it with, let's say, exclusive, right? She's not everywhere. She can't always be found, right? And with this comes an air of mystery. So men are often seeking this woman out, and they're curious about her. They're wondering, well, where is she? What is she up to? And they, this woman has this allure about her that quality men are very interested in, because her life is not out there, right? And so, I always talk about social media. I myself am moving away from social media. I'm not a fan of it. I was doing it mostly because this is my business, but I don't really like social media. I always say to people and to women, be careful of social media. Everything you see is not really the truth, right? People often paint a version of themselves on social media that isn't accurate. And when men are looking for a woman that they want to marry, they're definitely going to check out how a woman is showing up in other areas of her life. And so let's say social media being one, right? Is she very out there? It's a different, it's very different if a woman has to be on social media for work, let's say. It's very different versus a woman that is just using social media to parade her body, her looks. And what this signals to a man is a lack of seclusiveness, meaning, okay, she can just be reached, she can be reached by everyone, right? And what ties into this as well, I would say, is modesty. And so even if you do have social media, what type of images that you're posting of yourself online. And so high value men, and most men that are, the type of men, let's say, that we would be attracted to as women, the busy men, or the very high value masculine men, a lot of these men, and I'm not talking about men that are very showy or the toxic masculine. No, I'm talking about healthy masculine energy, the empowered man. He's not really on social media. And so if he even does have social media, it's maybe to be in touch with friends, etc. But these type of men don't use social media for getting the attention of the opposite sex, right? Because that again will be in the disempowered energy. That is the man that is very insecure, etc. Again, unless he's using social media for work, which is a completely different story, right? And so a man is going to look for those same qualities in a woman, and he's going to find that very attractive. He's going to find it very alluring and very mysterious when he's not really able to get in touch with her, aside from, let's say, just her phones or text messaging or the app, right? She's not for everyone. Now, this then ties into the second habit or way of being that is very attractive to men, is that the more seclusive you are, so harder you are to reach, or the more exclusive you are, the more of an organic challenge you become. I talk about being an organic challenge on my videos and in my YouTube channel a lot, and in my work, because high value men want to be with a woman that is a challenge, but organic. So organic means that you're not trying to do anything to become hard to get, right? So again, a woman that is not healed or has healing work to do is going to get triggered by my messages, of course, but is also going to implement certain things that I say from a space of like trying hard, or trying to be a challenge, right? We don't want to try to be a challenge, because when you're trying to be a challenge, what's happening is you're playing this push-pull game with men. You're getting mad, he's not responding, and then you're just like pulling away, you're not responding, you're ignoring him, you're leaning back, and you're getting angry, and then when he comes forward, you message him again, and you're happy, but the moment he doesn't do anything, you pull back again, and you're playing this game, you're playing this push-pull game constantly, and the reason you're doing this is because you're becoming very reactive. So this is not what it means to be an organic challenge. An organic challenge is a woman that is naturally in who she is, exclusive and seclusive, right? She's not always around. She's not always on her phone. She's not into social media so much. So she can't really be reached, right? And even when it comes to dating, she's very interested in dating and, of course, meeting men, but she's not constantly on a dating app looking to get the attention of men. She has other interests, right? There's no desperation that comes in or that is involved there. Now, another example of this, and this might sound silly, but I'll give you an example from my own life. So a lot of you may know, like, I'm an introvert. I love being home. Obviously very different from when I was younger, but I did the partying thing. I did all that in my 20s. I went to law school. I had very fun life, and now entering another stage of my life, I love being alone. Like, I love my alone time, aside from when I'm with my significant other, etc. And I just love being in my own company and doing my own thing. Now, what is very interesting to men and what's fascinating to men, and even when I was dating, what would happen is, okay, so as an example, I love my shows. Those of you that speak with me or work with me privately know that I love shows, right? I get very engrossed in shows. I don't like to read a lot, and the reason for that is because I don't want to activate my conscious mind all the time. I did that as a lawyer. I'm very well read, etc. But moving into this stage of my life, what is the most important to me is expanding my consciousness and awareness. And when I like to be present, and I'm not sitting there reading self-help books or even just reading, I like to kind of like check out, let's say. And so I do that with my shows. I love my shows. I love just getting engrossed into like a good sitcom or rom-com, etc. And one thing that I love is every Sunday night, I will always watch 90 Day Fiancé. So I love reality TV. I like to sort of escape, right? And it feels good to just, take time out and to relax and to like watch my shows. And so 90 Day Fiancé is an example that every Sunday night I will not miss 90 Day Fiancé. And any man I've been with or my partner, etc., will know that, okay, Sunday night 8 o'clock, Fareen's watching 90 Day Fiancé, and I'm very engrossed in the show. And so and this is where the exclusiveness or the seclusiveness also ties in, and the organic challenge ties in, because no man can get me away from my show. Okay, so like, this sounds really silly, but I really, really enjoy watching the show. It's something I look forward to every Sunday night, and it's something that I plan, let's say, my day around, right? Like, I know Sunday night, this is my time for 2 hours, 8 to 10, like, I'm going to be watching this show. And so what happens with men is, okay, this is like a little bit of an organic challenge, right? They know Fareen's watching her show, and it also inspires a man to try to lure me away from it. And so, you know, it's like a little bit of like it like teases men because it's so silly. It's like, it's a show, right? But it makes a man feel a certain level of like excitement towards the woman, because it's not like the woman is out partying or anything like that. She's just watching her show. She's innocently watching her show, and a man knows like, wow, she's like prioritizing herself. She's not even wanting to see me because she wants to watch her show. So it's really important to find interests that you are excited about, that take you outside of a relationship and outside of a man, and which will naturally make you an organic challenge. So in this case, if a man wants to see me, or, you know, when I was like dating, this is like the time spot where, you know, I wouldn't be available because I'm gonna pick myself and my show over like seeing a man, right? And this naturally makes you a challenge without having to try so hard. It's just something that you're interested in, and men know that you're interested in that, and so they have to work around this time frame to sort of get your attention. So this is like a small, silly example. Now, the third habit or way of being that is very inspiring and attractive to quality men is a woman that is elusive and playful. So this, again, they all build upon each other. So elusiveness is a woman that is like mysterious, and she's also playful. So she's not just heavy all the time. She can roll with the punches, go with the flow. This example of like 90 Day Fiance, this is like a silly example of being an organic challenge. She's elusive, she's watching her show, she's playful, and she doesn't move into the relationship or is in the relationship always trying to get something from the man. So she's just light. And the lighter a woman is, like the more playful a woman is, the more she's able to engage in banter and doesn't get triggered all the time. And this is why the inner work is really important. The more a man is like pulled to a woman, because it's very, very attractive for a man to be with a woman that sort of is able to, and when I say banter, I don't mean like sarcasm or anything that is the way a man would banter, but playfulness, like silliness, that is more in line with like the feminine nature, because a feminine woman is very, she's just very playful and fun to be around. And I myself am very playful and relaxed and easygoing and elusive. So elusive is where that mystery comes in again. This again ties in with all the other habits that I've already mentioned. A woman that is elusive isn't just always available, but she's playful about it, right? She's taking her bubble bath, or she's watching her 90 Day Fiance, and, you know, she's joking about it, right? She's saying, if a man is like, oh, what are you up to? And she doesn't respond because she's watching her show, and he messages again, you know, her response is, oh, like, you know me, I'm just like watching my 90 Day Fiance. Just very silly, very easygoing playfulness. And men are very, very drawn to women that are lighthearted and don't sort of sweat the small stuff, and also make conversation interesting. It's just not serious all the time, and it's not a checklist of, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing this, and what are you doing? And it's not like that. It's just silly and playful. And last but not least, and this of course again ties in with everything as well, is a woman that is selfish. So selfish gets a bad word or a bad rap. What I really mean by this is men are very attracted to women that put their needs first and put themselves first. And this is so important, and a high value man will really resonate with this. A low value man will be triggered by this, because again, they haven't learned how to meet their own needs, and so are always looking for reassurance from a woman. A high value man has a lot going on and understands and appreciates when a woman is able to put herself first and take care of her own needs, because it takes the pressure off of a man. A man doesn't want to be like the main source of happiness and fulfillment for a woman, because it adds a lot of stress and pressure in the relationship. And so a woman that is able to put herself first and understands what her needs are, which is number one. This is the reason I always say, you know, go deeper with my books. You know, videos are very surface level, but you can always, you know, take it a step further. Having awareness of what your needs are, and then following through with that, and actually honoring your needs is a very good example of taking care of our inner child. In Secrets of the Feminine Woman, I talk about our inner child and our inner girl and how to honor her. And the more that you do this, the more the three other habits will become very second nature to you, because they all tie in together. And really, it all ties into taking care of ourselves and really learning how to nourish our inner child and our inner soul. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I did a free video series on understanding men and communicating with men, so definitely make sure to get that. I will put that in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.